Hey guys, it's Munchies here, and today I'm going to be showing you the installation and usage of the plugin mobrider for your Bukkit server. If you're watching this from the main Bukkit page, just click the annotation on screen and it'll bring you to my channel so you can subscribe to my weekly tutorial plugin videos. I also suggest that you donate to the author so he can keep making these cool plugins. So yeah, basically what mobrider does is it lets you use saddles to ride any mob, which is really awesome because it takes saddles to the next level, and you use a whip to control where you want to go with the mob, and you can make the mob attack. The mob actually defends you when you're riding on it, and you can pretty much ride other people, and then you can just like stack people on top of people. It's like really cool. And yeah, those are the basics, but we'll get more in depth in game. So yeah. One thing I forgot to mention is that you're gonna need some kind of permissions plugin along with the Vault plugin as well. So if you don't have any permissions for your server, you can click the annotation on screen and it'll bring you to a tutorial on how to get permissions bucket. And once you have that installed, you might already have it. You can go to the link in the description, which will bring you to the Vault plugin. And so yeah, it's required for Vault's required to have mobrider. So all you have to do is just click download, and then I'll keep the file, and I'll show it in my Finder. Okay, so in my downloads folder I have my vault.jar, and I'm going to open up my CraftBukkit server folder. You should all have this. And then I'm going to scroll over to plugins folder, and then what I got to do is just drag this in here. And then we'll move on to the mobrider plugin now. Okay, so now you want to download the mobrider plugin, and we pretty much want to repeat the steps that we did with Vault, so I'll walk you through that anyway. So you want to once again click download and download again. Then you want to keep the file. I'll show it in my Finder. And then I'm just going to drag this into my plugins folder of my CraftBukkit server. Go over to plugins, and then I'll just drag this to an empty spot. Alright. Okay, so now you have both mobrider and Vault in your plugins folder. You want to start the server. Okay. Okay guys, so now we're going to talk about the permissions part of this plugin, and if you downloaded the permissions bucket plugin that I linked you to before, I'm going to show you how to use this. So it should have created a file here, permissions bucket. You want to open this with text edit, and I'm just going to exit out of this. Right here are all the let me get this out here. Right here are all the permissions nodes for this plugin. So if you want a player to be able to mount animals, then you'd put this in the line of code. So I'll show you what to do here. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, so right here, not specified here, or does not have an actual group node. It will be in the group default. So this means that if someone joins your server, they're going to be put in the group called default, which is down here. So groups default, and these are all the permissions they're allowed to use. So these are from my other plugins, so I'm just going to add a line of code here. You just want to make sure it's lined up evenly, and I'm going to make my players allowed to mount other players. Okay, so mob rider dot players, and then and just do true, and then you can add as many of these as you want to each group, or just to this group. If you're OP, if you're the admin of the server, you're OP, you're going to have all these permissions automatically. So you, in order for other players that are joining your server, in order to allow them to use mobrider, you have to put all of these permissions nodes into the default group. So I'm gonna add. I'll let them ride monsters. So mobrider dot monsters true. So that will allow players to ride monsters, and I'll do animals as well. Okay. So you can also allow them to use these other commands, but I'm not gonna let my players do that. So, but if you want, you can just add it on. So yeah. Okay guys, so in order to use this plugin, you're going to need a saddle and a fishing rod to control where you want the mob to go, and it can pretty much be any mob. For now we're going to ride a chicken, but before we do that, as you can see, I can ride my friend here, so that's pretty cool. And so yeah, I'm going to ride this chicken. There he is. Weep. Okay guys, so if this video is helpful, make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe to my weekly tutorials. Yep, see you guys later.